Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, I have another very exciting smartwatch to share with you guys. This one is actually courtesy of the Maimo and it's called the Maimo Watch R. Now this is Maimo's brand new latest smartwatch to hit the market, and if you are not familiar with the brand, basically Maimo has been pushing out a couple of affordable kind of smartwatches into the market. So this is their latest model and we're going to be finding out everything that you might need to know about it. Now first things first, of course, I have to talk a bit about the price. Here in Malaysia, the Watch R is going for RM259. Now this is the GPS version. There is also a non-GPS version that goes a little bit cheaper. I'll put the pricing on your screens. Now the best part here is that, of course, since it's a first sale, there's going to be a couple of discounts going on. So it's only RM235 here again for the GPS model. Right, so having said that, we are now aware that this watch here again is a budget smartwatch, but what kind of features does it offer? Let's talk about it. Alright, so first things first, we got to talk a bit about that design. Now the design of the watch is actually quite funky here. My version is the one in blue, but there are a couple more colors. There are 6 colors in total, so yeah, you can choose which one you like. In terms of the materials being used, on the front face here, we do have stainless steel to make it look a bit more premium and expensive, whereas on the back, this is completely made of plastic, but it's a very hard, solid plastic here. And the best part here is that the entire watch is actually painted in the same color, so you don't have those kind of two-tone thing going on with the Maimo Watch R. Now, another thing that I really like about the watch itself is in terms of the straps, because these are very comfortable straps. If you take a look here, there is also a little bit of texture going on at the front, and if you flip it to the back, this is where you see that you do have that very easy access latches at the back that you can actually use to swap out for different straps if you need to do that. So overall, yeah, just a very comfortable strap to put on my wrist, and I never had any discomfort issues, especially since I wear this to sleep at night to track my sleeps. Alright, so now done with the design, let's talk a little bit about what it can do. So let's start off with talking about the interface. Now the interface of the Maimo Watch R is actually very logical. If you just drag down from the top, this is where you get into your notification menu. You are able to see all your notifications, and the nice part here is that you do have those icons in the kind of the app that it resembles. So for instance, I have my YouTube app icon there. I also have my my Facebook app icon. So I'm able to identify the kind of notifications and which app is it coming from. Now, apart from that, if you just drag up from the bottom, this is where you get your quick shortcut keys. Besides that, if you just glide towards the left, this is where you are able to access your widgets. Now, widgets here is also very interesting because these kind of widgets here are actually customizable using the app. Now, moving back to the main screen, if you just glide towards the right, this is where you access, sort of like your AI for the watch itself. So here you will see that every time I go into the the screen of the AI, it always comes up with a different command at the top. So for instance, right now I'm saying listen to your heart. Sometimes it says good afternoon and stuff. So it's always telling me to do different kind of stuff. Apart from that, you are able to see very quickly your SpO2 levels, your heart rate, the amount of times you are standing up. So yeah, just a very quick glance at some health and fitness kind of information there. Now done with that, let's talk a little bit about the health tracking, because health tracking is very important when you get a smartwatch. Again, before I talk about health tracking, I always say this, that do not take a smartwatch as like a medical device. If you have any underlying issues, don't forget to check in with your doctor. I have to say that. Now with that said, what kind of health trackers do we have here? First and foremost, of course, we have the compulsory all-day heart rate tracking. I did check it against my blood pressure monitor and I found it to be quite accurate, so no issues with that there. The second thing that it tracks here is in terms of your sleeps and naps. So very good tracking here as well. I noticed that it was able to tell the exact time where I went to bed, the exact time when I took some naps. So it's actually quite an accurate tracker for my sleeps here. If you check out the app itself, you will be able to find out more information such as your REM, you will find your deep sleep, your light sleep, the time that you were awake. So again, more information can be found from the app. Now moving on, the third thing that it tracks is of course in terms of your SpO2. Now the SpO2 tracking is only when you're not moving that much. So most of the times it tracks my SpO2 when I'm asleep at night. And again, these are the kind of results that you can see. I will also put on a very quick screenshot of what you can find in the app. Last but not least, it also tracks your stress levels throughout the day. Now I can't really vouch for this because sometimes I'm very stressful here and there. So anyways, it does give a brief indicator of your stress GPS throughout the entire day. So those are basically the health trackers that you have on the Maimo Watch R. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about that activity tracking. Now, Maimo says that it is able to track more than 100 different activities on the watch itself. So I'm just going to go through a very quick list here. You can see that you do have the basic activities here, and you can choose to add or remove more activities to the list that is already on the watch. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the GPS here because I actually did a couple of runs outdoors and I did it without carrying my smartphone with me. So I was solely relying on the GPS of the Maimo Watch R. The good news here is that it takes approximately 15 seconds to actually lock onto GPS, and the better news is that it actually was able to track my location very accurately, again, without the use of my smartphones. Last but not least, let's talk about battery life. Now, Maimo claims that the Watch R here can last up to 12 days, but based on my personal use, I'm still at 7th day and it still has approximately 20% remaining. So based on your usage, your battery life will definitely differ. If you have a lot of notifications coming in, of course, your battery life is going to go down. Alright guys, so at the end of the day, who is this smartwatch for? Well, I would say that, if you're looking for a trendy looking smartwatch, one that is very colorful and all that, and you want to have GPS built into your watch, I would say definitely you should check out the Maimo Watch R, the GPS version, if you want to do your runs outdoors without carrying your smartphone. With that said, thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you have any further questions about the Maimo Watch R, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to help you out. And again, thank you for watching and staying to the end. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Bye!